Alpine Towers got started when I was working for Outward Bound USA up in New York. And I spent about 3 years with them and 20 years prior with the North Carolina Outward Bound School. And I kind of wanted to come up with a business that would get me back to the mountains of North Carolina. So one day on the back porch of my cabin, I bought a bunch of dowels, wooden dowels, and just started playing with them with rubber bands and hooking them together, trying to create something that would be a ropes course experience because we were getting nervous about ropes courses that were in trees. And so I was trying to come up with a design that got us away from needing trees. Year one, we built the first tower at Echo Hill Outdoor School. Year two, I think we built 10 towers, as I recall.
And the Alpine Tower, the model itself, was the most compelling structure on the market. It turned the whole market upside down. I mean, everybody for years had been building in trees. It was just the same thing. And then here comes this guy from North Carolina and he throws this thing out that was totally different.
I've been on a lot of ropes courses, and that has certainly led to the design of what we're doing here. And the non-linear nature of this, the ability to choose what element you want to do when, rather than doing a specific circuit, really makes this unique.
I feel like Alpine Towers has a good understanding of what my program is for, what it's designed to do, and it's not intended to be a carnival ride atmosphere or the county fair. This is a meaningful educational program, and I think Alpine understands our programming philosophy, which is to grow through challenge and not just to play for the sake of play. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm all about play for the sake of play. But if you can take play and derive meaning, that's much more valuable in the long term, and Alpine seems to align pretty well with my philosophy in building a structure that enables and facilitates that type of program.
But what he did is he hit a home run in creating an incredibly useful structure that had longevity, promoted a lot of new types of belaying techniques and all the technical techniques. But more than that, this thing looked dynamite.
What I love about the Odyssey course is that it just looks beefy, you know? It looks like a massive, significant, like almost intimidating structure. I don't know how many people have walked by and said to me, "I saw your new course, that thing is awesome." But when they walk in the course and they do this, is definitely an intimidation factor, which lends itself beautifully to the experiential learning, because at the end of the day, they look back at that same thing and say, "I did that. You know, I was able to pull that off. It's not as scary as I thought it was."
Projects that we're doing now often are second or third or fourth phases to projects that Mike built in the very first few years. You talk about a compliment to a company when we have an organization, they come back to us and we have done a project for them 4 times over 30 years. We hit something on the head right. We did a good job, but what we provided to them did an even better job, and it was successful. And they recognize that value, and they bring us back in again.
You know, we start with a conversation about what's your dream, and we came up with this final design plan. It's sort of like a modified version of things that they build in other areas, but it's custom and very specific to our site.
Joe and I have both been fixtures in the outdoor industry for over 30 years. I think what we're doing is far more important today in the digital age than it was 30 years ago when everyone was outside. And it's creating a place that fosters collaboration, communication, and creativity, skills that we need now more than ever. And they're constantly learning, growing, and changing their product to meet the new demands of this age.